Hi guys. So today I'm doing a tarot reading for the sign of Aries. I've already shuffled the cards and they're dealt face down, so I haven't looked at them. And we're going to flip them over together and see what's in store for you. So I'm going to go ahead and flip over the first position, which is going to represent the recent past. I call it the position of the back. So I've got the Page of Pentacles with the Oracle card of the Bridge here. Okay, so this is waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity to to put our money where our mouth is, to put our money into an investment, to do something with our money. This can also be not just money, but your own personal labor. It is just resources, but it's not like a lot of resources. It's just enough to get something started here. And with the bridge, it's just waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity. Let me draw more cards and see what else we can find out. What else about this Page of Pentacles? What are we trying? I mean, the Page of Pentacles could be a new job. Could be if it was a job, it would be like waiting for the right season, waiting for somebody to not even for somebody to call you, because that would get Mercury. More like the right timing, for this. The Rabbit. I feel like, yeah, so we've been sitting on our skills, on our resources, whatever, waiting for this moment to kind of jump and get started. Like the rabbit jumps and also has to do with plenty. So it's we're going to 0 to 60, essentially. But that's been the idea in the past. I don't think we've gotten started yet, but that's the plan, is as soon as we get the green light, we're hopping on board. Okay? Let's just look at the next couple cards to see if there's any more information here. The 1, the 2, and the Princess. So, yeah, it could actually, like I was saying, waiting on a callback, could actually be waiting on a callback, or just waiting on another person, because the number 2 definitely has to do with another person. But it's you are working with another person, 1 and 2 here. This other person isn't ready, I don't think, yet, because they're showing up as the princess. The princess is immature, or just not ready a lot of times or something. Unprepared. Yeah, could be unprepared. Let's keep going. I don't want to dwell on the past, because that is just the position of the past. So, now if that's immediately not jiving with you guys, it could be that this entire reading is going to be about somebody who's close to you, and I'm picking up on that person, okay? So let's keep going anyway. So the next position talks about your thoughts. What are your active strategies and thoughts at the moment? How are you perceiving the situation? I have the Knight of Pentacles and the Nut. So like I was saying, just enough to get something started. Well, the Nut, again, is sort of reiterating that, right? The Nut, just get something started. It's the beginning. So, yeah, that's what's on our minds. It's this is going to be the beginning of work. The Knight of Pentacles is kind of solid work. And steady work. So we're waiting for the green light for steady work. That's what it is. That's what the green light is for. Let's pull a card. Tell me more about this Knight of Pentacles with... Oh, okay. Good. Oh. 2 cards. We've got... Doesn't surprise me that Mars came out, because the work, right? It's the labor. We've been waiting for this opportunity to get started. That's the Mars. Virgo here would be getting to the specifics, the nitty gritty. Virgo's the details. Is the details here. So there could be that you have a detailed job. Your job is, or this job is skilled labor, and that's why Virgo is showing up. Virgo is very skilled. Interesting. On the bottom, the bread. Yeah, making your daily bread, That's the idea here. Let's keep going. By the way, at the end of these cards that I'm revealing, I am going to do straight up advice for you guys, so it's nice and simple, so you guys know what your strategy should be coming up. But anyway, the next position, there's 3 more, is the position of the heart. This tells me how you guys are feeling and what you desire at the moment. I've got the Chariot upside down, with the Oracle card of the Hammer. Okay, so we have needed this rest period. The fact that we've been sitting and we have all these resources but we haven't gotten started, also I think has to do with the fact that we needed a rest period. The hammer's repair, and the chariot upside down is like a lack of mobility. We needed to sit still for a minute. That's what we wanted. I feel like that's what we needed. You know, that's what our heart was demanding from us, regardless of our thoughts being, you know, we're ready in our thoughts, but really, we knew we needed the rest period. We needed it. Let's keep going. The position of the hand. This talks about your current actions, the outward actions you're taking, how you're dealing with other people or situations outwardly. The hand with the Five of Pentacles. A little bit of a juxtaposition here. The hand is reaching out to people. The Five of Pentacles would be like slapping that hand away. So this is a little bit of like a slap in the hand that feeds you sort of vibe, or maybe just slapping away offers. Let's do a card on this. This is interesting. Tell me what the hand... Okay. Pisces. Yeah, it's like turning people down who reach out to you, or just being... just rejecting people's offers, but not even directly so. With Pisces, it's being ambiguous about it. Like, yeah, let's do that sometime. If somebody wants to hang out with you, maybe you just don't answer their text, perhaps, with Pisces. Something like to that effect, okay? That's how, with the 0 here at the bottom, too, it's like, yeah, I don't think we've been part of this rest, I think. I think it's part of this rest. We've been turning down people's offers because we needed the rest period. And also, we're about to get going with some labor that we're preparing for. So we know we need this rest period because of that. Let's see. Do I want to look at the next couple cards? Let's look at the next couple cards. All right. So just because I'm curious to see what other actions you're taking. You know what actions you're taking, but I'm curious because I'm nosy. So let's see. We've got the Oracle card of the Skull and Crossbones with the bread with Mercury. Wow. So it is turning down people. It's like somebody in this case is offering you bread, is maybe even offering you money, bread, resources. And you're like, no, I don't need that. Nope, I'll be fine. And it's because you know that you're about to get some work. You have things in the works. You have a plan. And it's just a rest period. You actually don't need help. I don't think you need help because you're turning it down. You're turning it down. So the last position is actually the short-term future. I call it the position of the foot. It's where you're walking towards what's coming up. So let's see. King of Pentacles with the Oracle card of the number 5. All right. So I don't know if you're going into a situation where you're a boss figure, where you are in charge of the finances or just in charge of the entire project, but this is, you're coming into some conflict. Could be, it doesn't have to be that bad, but it is conflict of some sort, a little bit of strain or difficulty of some sort. Could also be dealing with the boss figure. Let's draw some cards to figure out which one it is. Tell me about the 5 here with the King of Pentacles. Either having difficulty being the boss or having difficulty with a boss person. Tell me about the 5 with the King of Pentacles, please. Tell me about the 5 with the King of Pentacles. So, you know, you're starting this new job. Maybe it's not going to go quite so smoothly with your supervisor or whatever. Or maybe with your crew, if it's reversed, right? Let's see. Anything else about the foot here? We do have a card. Let's see what it is. Uranus. All right. I'm getting supervisor now with the Queen. The Queen is more of a supervisor, so if it's a boss, the King is in charge. Doesn't say he's necessarily the supervisor. He's the person like telling you specifically what to do, but in this case, with the Queen on the bottom, yeah. I think they're also telling you what to do. Uranus, it's like stress. Uranus is stress, but also the release of stress. Let's see the next couple cards to see what else it says. Yeah, it's going to just be a lot all at once, to be honest. It's going to be... Uranus is also a shock to the system. It's like... it is lightning. It's literally shock. And looking at the next few cards, it's just because you've been resting for so long, you're going from 0 to 60. You're going from 0 to 90 here. And it is going to be a bit of a shock. And that's why. And then if I look here, the Cole talks about just sitting at rest. We've been at rest. With the 7, again, time. There's a lot of time at rest, which we needed. It's fine. You know, we needed the rest and recuperation, the R&R. But it has been a lot of time, and we are taking on a lot all at once, all right away. That's the message. That's the message. So let's pull advice. And again, it's also because, and this could also have to do with the fact that it's a lot, and it's a lot of either people that we're managing, or it's a lot that we're trying to manage with a boss person. There is that kind of dynamic there too. Let's get advice, and we'll figure out what the best advice is regardless for you. Take it as it resonates, guys. So let's do advice what you guys should be focusing on. What should my Aries be doing, focused on, paying attention to? Positive advice from Aries. Positive advice. Positive advice. We're going to do one tarot, one oracle card, or however many come out. Got some advice from my Aries signs, please. Advice. Any advice from an Aries sign? Doesn't have to pertain to the reading. Can be just independent advice, standalone advice. Any advice? Any advice? Okay. This flipped over. The Six of Wands upside down. Six of Wands is success. It's upside down. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it meant to. I'm not sure I should take that. Usually I do. I actually do respect the way it lands. So, you know, in this case, it might not be exactly, you might not be as successful as you hoped, but at the same time, on the bottom, it's the Page, underneath that, the Sun, and the Fool. It's like, there's going to be a lot of opportunity to meet new people, talk to new people, and it's going to be kind of fun here, and like a new experience, very fresh. So even if you're not like super successful with this new job or this new project right away, it is going to be like new, fresh, and worthwhile in that sense. Let's do an oracle card. Oh, actually, the next card on top is also the Two of Cups, which is like, yeah, it's going to be good for you. It's going to be a good match for you, regardless of the whatever problems. You know, it's still a good match. Okay, let's do an oracle card. Anything else here for my Aries signs? Anything else here for my Aries signs? Okay. Okay, now the King is right side up. The King is right side up. So it's like this is like losing the battle but winning the war. Okay? Lose the battle. You're not going to be necessarily like immediately super successful when you jump into this new job going 0 to 90. But you win the war because it's gonna be good for you in a lot of other ways. Even if it's gonna be a little tough, even if you're gonna be busy, even if you're gonna be kind of recuperating your resources, right? Because you've probably been at rest and you need to recuperate some money and stuff like that. On the bottom with Mercury and the bread, it's like I need to recoup these resources, recoup my bread, essentially get back to work. I'm getting here. If you've been out of work, that would make a lot of sense. And then the next couple cards, which I do want to look at. The Heart, Scorpio with the left turn arrow. So, some of this is going to be like a little bit jarring and not what we initially wanted. But like in the same way that like the Hanged Man, in the tarot card, the Hangman is like kind of like a negative experience, but you learn from this. This is telling me it's going to be good for you, but it is going to sting a little, especially because it's going to be such a shock. It's like jumping from, you know, it's like being standing in the sun and getting like a suntan, getting your body really hot, and then jumping into really cold water. It's like a shock, and that's what I'm getting, and that's why it is a little bit. There is a sting with Scorpio. So that's it, guys. Just prepare yourselves for that, and just remember that the strategy here is, and the advice here is, just remember that this is going to be actually good for you, and this is a good match for you, regardless of how bumpy the ride is at first. Okay? And I'm sure that later on, the rewards will unveil themselves, and all will be clear, and you'll look back and be like, okay, yeah, that's true. But at the moment, you know, you just kind of have to bear through the shock of the experience. So that's going to be it, Aries, for your reading. I hope you guys liked it, and I hope it resonated. If it did, please press the like button for me, as that helps the video circulate, so I really do appreciate it. And regardless, thank you guys so much for taking an interest in my videos. I really appreciate it. Have a good couple weeks. Take care.